It has been for generations now. And having been thrust into the project by Joe and experience his rise in politics gave me deep insight into what was going on because Gerald Ford was the one who covered up the Kennedy assassination. The Kennedy assassination is when these global perpetrators took control of America. And that is when Kennedy was telling everyone, that we needed to scatter the CIA into 1,000 pieces because the CIA formed in 1947, right along with the National Security Act. The National Security Act was in place to cover up this globalist agenda through using mind control and trauma on a population. And the CIA was formed to carry it out. So they were corrupt right from the get-go, and Kennedy was trying to get rid of that. Well, Gerald Ford, when Kennedy was assassinated, traumatized the nation. Trauma shockwaves in the brain. It causes the conscious mind to freeze in fright and leaves the subconscious wide open to being easily led and manipulated. So that's why we're experiencing trauma after trauma. When we understand that, we don't comply. We protect our free thought. Knowledge is our defense against mind control. And because he covered it up with the Warren Commission and gave us that one bullet theory, he was awarded the presidency. And we look at Ford's cabinet. He had George Bush Sr. to head the CIA, who's told us he was ushering in a new world order. He had Dick Cheney, who is absolutely the most torturous MK Ultra programmer that I've ever encountered. He had Jack Valenti, head of the Motion Picture Association of America, to tell people what to think and what to believe. And anyone questioning the media repetitive narrative, repetition's the most basic form of mind control. Anyone questioning that repetitive narrative was called a conspiracy theorist. And people were then shamed for questioning media narrative with Jack Valenti. He had Donald Rumsfeld, who gave us aspartame, the artificial sweetener that stops critical analysis, free thought in the brain. The first time our food was just thoroughly tainted. And then we look further into Ford's cabinet and we find Nelson Rockefeller and Henry Kissinger. And anyone can research for themselves. Gerald Ford, Henry Kissinger came up with the first depopulation agenda, and you can still research that. The information is just right there for anybody who thinks to ask the question. So the stage was being set. And additionally, the electronic voting machines right in the wake of the Kennedy assassination, they were rigged since their inception. These perpetrators that I was around about, they knew they were going to be placed through the rigged electronic algorithm in the voting machines. And they made sure that they were always in positions of power and influence, and that those who were ushering in this globalist agenda were put in place.